What's up, everybody? Welcome to Towns 505, and today I'm going to be continuing my top 100 album series. And today it's going to be number 88, "The Land Lies Down on Broadway" by Genesis. Uh, well, if you're new to the series, welcome, of course. Always welcome. Uh, Basically, what the series is going through 100 of my favorite albums. Uh, Of course, as always, this it's always subject to change. Um, my music opinions always change constantly. Maybe like the top albums won't change, but my list has been changing a lot in recent years, especially this past year. It's been changing a lot, but of course, take this top 100 album list with a grain of salt. Of course, um, some people might be like, "Landline Sound on Broadway on the list? How dare you? It shouldn't be on the list at all." You know, I don't like the I don't like Peter Gabriel Genesis. So or maybe some Peter Gabriel fans like, the list is this is way too low on your list. It should be higher. Well, that's what's great about a list. It's very subjective. Um, there's no objective list. There's none of that. It's like, well, there's no objective list. It's subjective. So go easy on me. But of course, if you've been watching my list of 100 albums, thank you for watching my videos. I know Ryan Cam and Jacob Martin, they've been they're going to be listening to my albums as I go along. So thank you guys. Shout outs to them, of course. Especially especially Ryan Cam taking his time to listen to all my albums. Really appreciate it. And of course, all my other friends in my group that are watching these videos, thank you very much for that. But without further ado, let's get into the review. This album was released November 22nd of 1974, so in like less than a month from now, this could be 50 years old. Crazy, I know. Crazy to think about that. This album feels so new in comparison, but yeah, 50 years old. Crazy. This is the last album with Peter Gabriel. Boo-hoo, I know. To me, I've always loved Peter Gabriel, the best of the two main lead vocalist. I love Phil Collins though. Not a Phil Collins hater, but I've always tended to prefer the Peter Gabriel period over the Phil Collins period, but that's up for a different discussion. It is a double album, so there's quite a bit of tracks on this one to review today. So, of course, it's a concept album, but I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not gonna. During our review, because next Genesis review and my Genesis review series with the Briar and Ryan Cam is Lamb Lights on Broadway. We'll get to that when we get to that. We won't be going too in depth on the story because we'll have a lot of people reviewing that album. So I don't want to make that like a 3-hour video or something. Don't want that happening. That would suck. But yeah, great stuff though. But without further ado, let's get right into the review. Lamb Lights on Broadway opens the album up. Great album opener. Got the great piano from, of course, from the great Tony Banks. Love Tony Banks. He's a great piano player, great keyboard player. Opens up the album really good. Fly in the Windshield is pretty good. Broadway, Melody of 74, great song. Cocoon, it's weird, but I like it. In the Cage, one of the all-time great synth solos ever, if not the greatest synth solo ever. I don't even know. I don't know which song could top that synth-wise. Grand Parade of Lifeless Packaging closing out side one. It's a side closer. It's it's a way to close out side one. I like it. Back in New York City, good side two opener. Harold's Heart, pretty good instrumental. The last three songs on side two were, to me, some of the greatest songs that Genesis ever made. Kind of Time, great rocker. Carpet Crawlers, masterpiece. Chamber of 32 Doors is epic. Now we get to the second disc. Lily White Lilith is pretty good. Waiting Room, it's interesting. Anyway, I liked. Here Comes the Supernatural. Amethyst. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Pretty good. Lamnia, I like. Silent Sorrow and Empty Boats, I liked. Side four, I think, is really underrated. Quality of Slipperman is epic, in my opinion. Ravine is pretty good. The Light That Dies On Broadway is pretty good. Ride the Scree is decent. And The Rapids is amazing. And epic album closer. Normally, I like to do a top 5 for these top 100 albums list, but I'm going to be reviewing this album shortly. And I did this with Scott's channel where I reviewed it with Jacob. I kept it secret there. Gonna keep it secret here. My top 5 is, I want to keep it until we do the review on my channel, so gives you a reason to watch the video then, or maybe skip to the end, I guess. I don't know. Just keep you waiting a little bit more. But technically I like to do top 10s for a double album, but look out for that. But yeah, of course, this is an amazing album. This is definitely one of the greatest Genesis albums ever made, and very excited to review it. Great swan song album for Peter Gabriel, and yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time. So long.